This is my marathon race day kit. This has got everything that is going to be needed on race day for the London Marathon on Sunday morning. It is Friday and I'm heading off to London soon. And I thought you'd want to have a sneak peek at what I am taking with me. Welcome to PKSRUNS. So welcome back to the channel, everybody. My name is Paul, this is PKSRUNS, and oh my goodness, it is finally here, marathon weekend. I'm a 2:45 marathoner and I have been training to try and beat my personal best. I want to run a 2:40 at London this weekend. And in this bag is everything that I'm taking with me. And I just thought, well, like I've done before, I'm going to take you through what I've got in there. And we're going to do it slightly differently this time. Last time I did it very systematically. This time I'm just going to open the bag and I'm just going to pull shit out. And we're going to talk through what I've got in this bag. Now, as we're starting this, please do, if you enjoy this video, please do hit the like button, subscribe, hit the bell button so that you see the race updates after I have finished. I record videos weekly. In fact, I record videos daily. I do posts on Instagram and on TikTok, so you can follow me there at PKSRUNS. I've just released a episode on the PKS Running Club podcast, which you can find on Spotify and iTunes and here on YouTube. But let's get into the details. I have got all sorts in this bag, some of which may surprise you, some of which you'll be thinking, yeah, that sounds pretty much right. So we're going to just keep the bag on the lap. And in a Mary Poppins style way, I'm just going to keep pulling stuff out of this. I don't have any rabbits in here. I'm not a magician. I'm not actually Mary Poppins, so I don't have a light. But I have got plenty of running gear in here. Let's unzip the bag of mystery and see what's in there. Okay, at the top of the bag are my OOFOS sliders. Okay, well, I'm not going to be running in these. So what are these for? These are going to be going in my kit bag to greet me at the finishing line. Honestly, these are my go-to walk around the house shoes. I'll be wearing these in the hotel. I'll possibly even wear these to the expo. They are just so comfy. If you don't have a pair, this isn't sponsored, by the way. If you don't have a pair, get yourself a pair because these are amazing. Right. Next up, what do we got? Something different. Beet It shots. These are beetroot nitrate shots. So concentrated beetroot juice. The science is that I think these help the way that your blood oxidizes the oxygen or something like that. It's going to help my endurance. I've been taking these the last couple of days. I'll be taking these on race day morning. I'll be having some tomorrow. So yeah. Hopefully they'll make a difference. The science says that they do make a difference for endurance. So look, if the science says so, you've got to try it. GoPro camera on tripod. Now, not actually going to use this on race day. In fact, well, I'm not going to use this for running. I will use this before I leave the hotel. I will then leave this with Laura. Hopefully Laura will be able to get some shots of me running past if she ever spots me. And I will use this at the end. There will be another camera that I will be using during the race. So yeah, GoPro Hero 13 black media mod mount. Yeah, great bit of kit this. Really great. Goes with me everywhere. Pretty heavy. So that's why I'm not actually taking it with me this time. I took it to Loch Ness. I took it to Manchester. I took it to Lisbon, I think. Not going with me on the race in London. Okay, heart rate monitor. This is a Garmin HRM Pro. This just gives really accurate heart rate monitor data to my wrist. I will be tracking heart rate more than anything else on the day. I will be looking at how fast I'm running, but most importantly is how my body is responding to that effort and that pace. It's going to be slightly warmer on Sunday, so it's going to be a little bit harder. So I'm going to be looking to really, I want to spend as much time around about 160 If I'm getting much harder than that, I know that I'm eking up into threshold and I'm going to be struggling. So this is going to give me the data I need. Obviously, I will be tracking that alongside pace. And yeah, we're going to have to see how that all goes. Gosh, God, there's so much stuff in here. Well, it makes sense to pull this one out next. This is my Garmin Epix Pro Gen 2. I absolutely love this. It's been sat in my bag for about the last 40 minutes whilst I've been setting everything up in here. That's probably about the longest that I have ever not worn this, other than when I'm charging it. So I'm going to put this back on my wrist. It tracks my heart rate. It tracks my sleeping. And anecdotally, probably worth just having a little look at what it's currently predicting for me for the marathon. And let's have a look. Do you know, it hates me. I will say this. It really does hate me. I'm going to take this off so you can see it. It's giving me a marathon prediction of 3:13. I can beat that. I can definitely beat that. Always lowballing me, Garmin. I'll prove you wrong. I will prove you wrong. More Beet It Sports. Right, next up, sunglasses. Pretty essential. These are Sun God. I don't know which model they are, but they are pretty cool. I should have cleaned them, really. They're looking a little bit sweaty. Super lightweight, super comfy, just sit on my face, and I feel a little bit like Bono or the Edge in them because they're orange. Yeah, definitely need to clean those. Those are absolutely fantastic. More just about protecting the eyes. I got stung by a bee a couple of years ago and my whole face exploded, and I don't want that happening again. So that's why I'll be running in these. Also, just, I don't know, feels like it's a cool thing to do. Next in the bag, oh my days, check out these. Nike Alphafly 3. These are carbon plated race day shoes. Look at how fast they are. I ran Loch Ness in 2:45 last year in a pair of Alphafly 3s, and honestly, they are far and above the most comfortable shoe I have ever worn. They are just such a pleasure to run in. If I had all the money in the world, I would run in a pair of these every day, except they just don't last. So that's why I don't run in these every day. But ooh, can't wait to get those on. I'll get them on and have a little run in them later. But honestly, they're so comfortable. They fit my foot so well that I know that I don't even need to kind of break them in or anything like that. They are going to be primed and ready for Sunday morning. Morton drink bottle. Makes sense to follow that with the Morton Drink Mix 320. This has got caffeine in it. I'll be having this before the race begins, just to kind of, well, it's got carbohydrate in it. That's going to give me a whole load of energy. I've also got a Drink Mix 320, which I'm actually going to drink the evening before. So again, all about kind of preloading the muscles with loads and loads of glycogen. That's the fuel source that they're going to need during the race. So these are going to be brilliant. Quite expensive. I've used them a couple of times on training runs. This is what the elites run with. What they tend to do is they actually have them mixed up in a bottle, and this will be their liquid and their energy. Because I'm just a mere mortal, I don't have the luxury of having special bottles pre-made for me and ready waiting at the side of the road. So I'm going to have this before, and I'll be focusing on gels during the run. Oh, what else have we got? Okay, let's talk about the night before. What have I got for the night before? Firstly, I take ZMA pills. This is starting to sound like a little bit of a kind of like a shopping channel. Zinc, magnesium. Magnesium is fantastic for recovery. Zinc is also boosts your sort of ability to recover, boosts athletic performance. I take one of these before I go to bed. This has got ashwagandha in it, which is brilliant for recovery as well. I'm starting to sound like a bit of a drug addict. I will take some of this before I go to bed on race day night. Melatonin, that will just be to help me to go to sleep and to stay asleep. Having a really, really good night's sleep is just super important. Can't get this in the UK over the counter. It's only prescribed. So whenever I go to the States on business trips, I pick some up because it is absolute gold dust. Right, what else we got? More beet shots. Okay, in here I have got my Shocks open run headphones. These just sit over the ears. They're bone conductors, so you can see here that I can still hear everything. I'm not going to be using these for music. I'm going to have it synced to my watch, and every half a mile it will give me notifications on my pace. And because I'll be using the Pace Pro functionality on my watch, it will actually tell me how far ahead or behind I am based on my plan, which I will have dialed up for 2:39:55 seconds. I'm going to be trying to run negative split, so I'll run faster in the second half than the first half. That's the plan. I am super undisciplined when it comes to race day, so I'm just going to try and stick with the plan, and we'll see how we get on. Right, trying to keep this brief. Right, so let's have a look. Race day running vest. White Nike Dry Fit Fast. You will have seen me running in this pretty much most training runs. I've got a few of these different ones. I've actually got some different colors of these arriving today in the post, hopefully before I get my train to London. If so, there is a red one, which hopefully will go with these red shoes. Honestly, I so hope that's the case. It doesn't really matter what you look like on race day. Said no one. Of course it matters. You've got to look cool if you're running a marathon, and I really, really hope I will be. On my bottoms, last time I wore short shorts. I've always worn short shorts. I am wearing race day tights, and I wouldn't say it's a gamble, but it's just something a bit different. I've been training in these. These are a pair of Ron Hill tights. And if I'm honest, I always thought Ron Hill was just the brand of clothing that the school paedophile wore. But these were cheap, and I tested them and they were fine, and I couldn't justify spending loads of money on another pair of shorts. I might buy some Soar tights for Valencia. The key thing about these is they can fit loads of gels in the side pockets there. I've got some other little pockets. I've got some other little bits and bobs that I'm going to take with me. But effectively, everything that I'm carrying is secure. It's not flapping around. As you can imagine, I've got lots of stuff flapping around already. I don't need extra stuff flapping around. In Loch Ness, I lost a gel. It came out of my pocket. I lost a gel in Lisbon. I lost a gel in Manchester. There is no freaking way I'm losing anything in these. From a compression perspective, yeah, they're pretty shit. These are size small. I don't know if I could go any. Well, they didn't have any smaller size, so yeah, it's not really a compression short. But there's no compression in the short shorts that I'm wearing, so it's no different to normal. One key difference this time to the last time that I ran a marathon is I'm not going to be wearing compression socks, largely because I just shaved my legs and the sun's coming out and I want to get them brown. So it is purely for vanity purposes. Let's have a think about socks. Socks, I think these are called Nike Spark. They are super thin, super lightweight, and they're not quite a crew sock because I'm not quite that cool. I'd say that's an ankle sock. So yeah, super nice. Gonna go red shoe, black sock, black shorts, red top, hopefully. Like I said, all about looking good. Okay, let's talk about underwear. Just a regular pair of boxer shorts. There's nothing much to say about that. Obviously a given that I will also be taking like toothpaste, toothbrush, spare clothes for tomorrow, but this is literally the stuff that I'm going to be using on race day. Okay, then I've got my Nike kind of dry running cap. I will have it on backwards, and that is because this goes with my Insta360 Go 3S. So this is the camera I'm going to use on the day. And you think, well, hang on a minute, why are you going to be carrying that on your head? Well, I'm not, because you click a button and you pop this out, and that is now the camera. And it clips in here, that goes on there, and I can then give you the point of view of everything that I'm seeing. I want to capture something. You guys have been on the journey. I can kind of whip this off and just do a little piece and go, oh, I'm struggling. Or, oh my goodness, I'm going to get a PB. Yeah, you know how this is all going to go. Anyway, that's the GoPro, no, Insta360, Go 3S and cap combo. I'm running out of space on my desk. So all that is left in the bag, oh gosh, no, it's not all that's left in the bag. There's all sorts in here. Kinesiology tape. Don't know if I'll need it. Don't know if I'll use it. But if for some reason I pick up a freakish injury between now and Sunday, I've got it. My legs are already shaved, so it's going to adhere nicely. So yeah, you can never go wrong with a bit of kinesiology tape. Right then, race day nutrition. Oh no, actually, you cannot race without Body Glide. Absolute essential. This will go there under the armpits. I tend to chafe there. It will go under the legs, basically under every arch. That will stop the chafing, or at least minimize the chafing. And I've just realized I've not bought my flushable toilet wipes. In my bag, flushable toilet wipes to take to the start line with me. You do not want to get caught short and not have any toilet roll. Crisis. But I poo pretty much consistently between 5:30 and 6 a.m. So I'm hoping it's not going to be an issue. One of these for electrolytes, science and sport. I'll just have one of those with my breakfast. The Morton actually has sodium in there as well. So theoretically, I should be well sorted for electrolytes. There's also Lucozade on the course. And as a last case, I've also got some of these fast, what are they called? Salt stick chews. These are effectively electrolytes in a chewable form. I can just chuck those in my back pocket, and if I feel like I need one, I'll have one. Obviously, you've got to get the electrolyte balance just right, particularly on a warm day. You're going to be sweating loads. There's going to be drinking loads of water. If you have too little salt, you get dehydrated. Risk is hypernatremia. I think that's how we call it, hypernitrosemia or something like that. And I'm not a doctor. I'm a runner. I'm not even a runner. I'm actually just a normal guy. But anyway, excitement levels are so high. Honestly, my heart rate right now, 81. Yeah. So cramp fix. Don't know if you remember from the last one, I had a spray that you could just spray if you've got cramp. This is, I don't seem to be able to find that in England. So this is like a shot that you take if you feel cramp coming on. I had to give my cramp fix to Charlie in the Loch Ness Marathon, and I never got it back, annoyingly. He got cramp at mile 21 going up the hill. Look, some people aren't built for hills. So there we go. Right, energy gels. That's the last stuff in here. Actually, no. Morton Solid Breakfast Bar. Had one of those before the Loch Ness Marathon, and it worked amazingly. And I thought, maybe we'll just use one again. Just again, as you can tell, I'm just going to be getting shitloads of carbs in on the morning of the race, just to be fully fueled. I mean, I'm going to be so rested because I have hardly trained at all this week. It has been, I've actually just been insanely busy, and yeah, I've got a few miles in, but we're just going to have to see how it goes. On the actual race itself, we are going to be using the Science and Sport Beta gels, like I did last time. These are brilliant. The green one has nootropics, which are kind of all sorts of stuff to kind of stimulate the brain. It's got caffeine in it and 40 grams of carbs. So I'll be taking 2 of those per hour. Probably going to take them every 25 minutes, I think. So that will actually give me sort of, I guess, 100, 110 grams of carbs per hour. And guys, that is it. Last thing to say, this jacket. Don't often talk about what you're going to take to the start line, but I've had this jumper for ages. It doesn't owe me any favors. I wear it to the gym some mornings. I will wear this to the start line, and then I will put it in the box to be given to charity, but it will keep me warm right up until the race starts, and I will then be ready to go. So guys, that is it. That is everything I am taking with me to the London Marathon. Wow, gosh, I feel like I got a little bit manic there, a little bit hyper, but honestly, I am buzzing. I'm so excited that I am finally getting to the start line of the London Marathon. Tomorrow morning, we are doing our shakeout run, 9 a.m. Hyde Park Corner. If you want to join us, it's not too late. And other than that, I can't wait to see you on the other side. There is going to be plenty more footage over the weekend. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget, like and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram, Strava, TikTok, all the rest. If you are running London this weekend, please drop me a comment down below. Tell me what wave you're starting in and what you're aiming for. And good luck. I am so excited for you. We are going to have the best time. I better go and repack my bag.